poppin', please the gang? It's Mona Lisa the Pleaser, and I'm back here again with another video.
Hey, my name is Mona Lisa, and I'm a pleaser. I kinda like the way that music molded me. When I was lonely, it had a different way of holding me, like no one else. My heart and mouth.
Oh, you guys know what day it is. It's my 2 Cent Tuesdays, which means I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on whatever I feel like talking about. So, without further ado, we're gonna get right into this video, okay? First thing I'm gonna say is, I did make a video about Jussie Smollett on one of my other 2 Cent Tuesdays, which I would probably put an info card in there for that if you guys did not see that, where I basically said that you need to defend this man, we need to defend our black men, you know, we need to take these allegations seriously, and we don't need to be looking at him like he's a liar, and that, you know, he's a suspect instead of a victim. Baby, let me be the first one to say that I said what I said. However, I might have spoken a little too fast because Jussie might be a whole liar out here. Jussie Fraudulent Smollett has just been holes in his story, holes in his story, holes in his story, holes in his story. And to me personally, I can't defend that. He is making the black community look stupid. He's making the gay community look stupid. He's making black males look dumb. Like, it's just... Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Jussie Smollett was attacked. Allegedly, he was beaten. He had a noose tied around his neck. And bleach was poured on him. However, a lot of his stories are just being changed. A lot of his stories don't make any sense. And it is now coming up that these two brothers are saying that he hired them to fake this because he felt like he was going to basically not be a celebrity anymore because they're threatening to like kill off his character and empire, something like that. Now, to me personally, I feel like, why didn't you just get a new job? Why do we have to fake this? Why did we have to go and make a mockery out of the community that you support so heavily and that you're a spokesperson for, which is the gay community, and you're a black male? So it's like you just make everyone look dumb by doing that. Why do I think he's lying? Because there's so many holes in his story that it just doesn't make any sense. If you guys didn't see the interview, go see the interview where he is explaining basically what happened. To me personally, it's just weird because this whole thing happened. Okay, the whole attack happened, and then he gets on stage and he's reading off this piece of paper and he's like, my ribs weren't broken, this didn't happen to me, this happened to me, this didn't happen to me, I'm the gay Tupac. What are you talking about? So that struck me weird, but I was like, I said what I said in 2018, period. I'm not taking the video down. But what got me is right after that, he said like his collarbone was broken. He was doing a whole lot of this in his videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went on and did a whole stage routine doing a whole lot of this. Okay? And if I break my collar, I don't think that I'd be able to do any of that. So it's just a lot of holes in the story. Basically, he's a liar. Call him Jussie Fraudulent Smollett from now on. You're welcome. It has a nice ring to it. We just gonna keep it pushing. We're just gonna keep it moving because he's gonna be canceled after this, which that's the opposite of what he wanted to happen. He wanted his career to skyrocket. He wanted to have the reassurance that basically everyone was still on his side after Empire, and he wanted to ensure that he had a job and stayed relevant. But it's crazy to me that people go to such great lengths to stay famous, to stay in that limelight, to stay popular, you know, that you would basically pretend that you got hurt, like, and then it makes us look dumb on a whole entire level because you brought Trump into it. You made it seem like, you know, it was a racist act and stuff like that. So like, now it just makes black people look bad as a unit in general, to me personally, and I don't like that because I feel like black people's already looked at as being like stupid and, you know, just extra and always lying and just looking for a come up by doing things that are not honest. And he just, child, over it, okay? Jussie Smollett I was a proud advocate for you. I'm not going to apologize for what I said, because I said what I said. However, I might have spoken a little too soon. That's all I'm going to say. Next person we have on the list is Queen Naija. I am a huge fan of Queen Naija. My EP was actually a little like hers. You know, we're not going to get into that. What's going on with her is her family has just been on social media just bagging her, like just going crazy. Basically saying that she's canceled them. Let's just put it like that. Her family is saying that she basically canceled them. Basically just been running around with Clarence, starting a family with Clarence, you know, being on tour, singing, doing her YouTube thing, and just not involving them. And it's weird because the sister tends to run the social media a lot, and I don't take that very seriously, only because I feel like she's always been that messy person, in my opinion. I've never really heard of the brother, so I can't really speak on the brother. But I've heard of the mom going on social media, and I've heard of the sister going on social media. Now, how do I feel about this? I watched Queen Naija's video, and she basically said that her family is, not her whole family, but some of her family is basically saying that she's not helping them come up. She's not helping them get to where they need to be. But Queen Naija states in the video that she had a whole house bought for her mother, and she moved her to be closer to her, and her mom felt like Queen Naija living an hour away was still not close enough, and Queen Naija is just basically being tied to both ends. And honestly, I feel bad for her, because I feel like genuinely with fame, people hold you at a standard where you basically have to do everything for them. You know, they basically feel like, oh, well, she's rich now, you should help me. She's rich now, we're her family, she's going to help us. But you have to understand that she has a whole family of her own. She's grown. She has 2 children. She has a whole boyfriend she got to take care of, a whole household. And she also has to focus on the career that she's trying to build. What everyone needs to understand is she's not Beyonce yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, Beyonce, you cannot deny she has money. Okay, she has money. Now, don't get me wrong, Queen Naija has money, but in the video she's basically stating like she doesn't have the money that everybody thinks she has. Which, hello, yes, you can have a song that skyrockets, but you have to understand you gotta pay people. You gotta pay DJs when you go on stage. You got on tour. You gotta pay, you know, your transportation. You gotta pay your clothes. You gotta pay your everything. You have to pay for that stuff. So even if she gets a check for that song, she still has to pay it out to people. So I think everyone needs to just take into consideration that this girl just had a baby. 1, 2, she's just trying to be happy, just like everybody else, because it's hard to be happy when you are literally in the limelight all the time. Everything you do is being watched. Everything you do is being scrutinized. Everything you do is being talked about. So I feel bad for her, because I genuinely, when I watched that video, I did not see a happy person. You know what I'm saying? And in the video, she's saying that she's had problems in her relationship because of this. And I understand that, because Clarence is probably at the notion where, now this is not quoted, but he's probably to me at the notion like, I just want to see you be happy, and I know they're your family, but they're running you through the ringer. And he's trying to basically say like, this isn't right. I want you to be happy, and you can't be happy because your family just talks about you on social media. And one thing I just don't agree with is the fact that she is building a career for herself, and her sister always has something bad to say to like hurt her character. And I feel like if that is her true sister, she shouldn't talk about her that way. She shouldn't put her down on social media. If they have problems, pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying? Pick up the phone like, yo, what's going on? But then again, Queen Naija also said in the video that they wanted, the sister wanted her YouTube channel to get up. The sister was at 4K, and Queen Naija got her to 100K. Now let me get to 4K. I am going to think I'm the hottest thing since sliced bread out here, okay? And you had 4K, and then she got you to 100K, sis? And you're still mad? What? Like, that part does not, I don't agree with that, because if I get to 500, I'm going to think that I am everything, okay? And you have 4K, and then she got you to 100K. She did her due diligence, bro. Like, I just personally feel like God don't help people that don't help themselves. And if you don't want to help your channel, if you don't want to sit down and on your days off or when you're not busy, get in front of this camera and do what it do and put in work and share your videos and do what you got to do to promote yourself, it's like, what do you want her to do? You want her to literally be in every single video you have? She has a family, bro. Let her be happy. Like, I don't get that. Like, I want her family to be happy. I want her to be happy. It's just, I don't agree with the fact that people always want to put somebody down when they're trying to just basically merely come up. That's not right to me. That's not. Last person I gotta talk about is D&B Nation. Now, don't get me wrong. They don't have any sort of drama or anything going on right now. However, I saw this video. I don't know why I was surprised, because D&B Nation, the Prince family, sorry. Last time I watched them, they were D&B Nation. I think they still have that channel, and they just added another, the Prince family. But I canceled them a long time ago because they do a lot of extraness. Let me tell you why. So, I'm scrolling through my YouTube, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, obviously. And they came up on my suggested or recommended or something. And I know that Bianca is pregnant. Now, the title said no heartbeat. So, even though I do not watch them and I don't really care for them as people, because I genuinely don't feel like I'd be friends with them because of what they do, it came up and it said no heartbeat, and I genuinely automatically got scared for her. Like, that's terrible. Like, nobody wants their kid to be deceased. I don't even want to say it. Like, I really don't, because I don't even want to, like, put that in the atmosphere. But the title alone was just extra, okay? Like, the title alone to me was terrible, because I didn't know what to expect when I clicked on the video. No, I didn't know what to expect. I thought the baby died by no heartbeat. If somebody says the baby has no heartbeat, the baby's dead. So when I clicked on the video, I'm watching it, and immediately I get angry, because I click on the video and she is in so much pain on the floor. And like I said, I don't really watch them, I don't care for them, but obviously she's pregnant. Why would I want to see somebody in pain like that? So she's in pain on the floor. She's literally on the floor crying, like screaming, like terrible. This man's first instinct was to pick up the camera. What? Like, that? Once I saw that, I automatically clicked off the video. And I got mad, because if I was ever pregnant and my man decided to pick up the camera when I needed him the most, when I am in risk of losing my child and I'm scared and I'm hurting and I'm tired, and you pick up the camera to post a video, that was so sickening. And that's honestly why I stopped watching D&B Nation, because they do a lot of stuff like that. You know, their worst moments they still record, or, you know, they'll over dramatize something as clickbait so that they can get more views. Like, personally, to me, that's the worst part about YouTube. The worst part about YouTube is the people that do tragic things for views, or say tragic things, or clickbait terribly for views. I personally will never be that way, but it's just some people, the fame gets to their heads, and it's just like, it's horrible to come back from. And I feel like that is a channel that does that. But getting back into it, he picks up the camera, he's recording the whole thing. He's like, oh yeah, babe, it's gonna be okay. He runs back to the door. Oh, the paramedics are almost here. He comes back, he's like, yeah, guys, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. Then he goes back and he's like, it's okay, babe. It's okay, babe. Like, your whole baby is in her belly, and the first thing you thought of while she's in pain was to record it. Breezing past all that, she finally goes to the hospital. He comes back and he's like, babe, I'll be at the hospital. He goes back to the counter. He's talking. He's like, yeah, guys, not looking good. Like, pray for us, guys. Pray for us, guys. Then he finally moseys on down to the hospital. And the baby's good. The baby's fine. What made me mad is the fact that she was like, yeah, the baby didn't have a heartbeat for a minute at first. But, you know, the heartbeat's there. So they chose to take that one line and make it the title of their video. And I don't know if that's how YouTube works, where you have to do stuff like that to get views. But I'm not with it, because personally, that's nothing to play around with. There's nothing to put out in the atmosphere. You do not put that in the atmosphere. There's kids actually dying these days. So why would you put it in the atmosphere that your baby didn't have a heartbeat? As opposed to saying like, oh, you know, no, there's nothing you could have said that would have made that better. I just feel like genuinely, I don't feel like the camera should have been recorded at that moment, and I genuinely don't feel like it should have been posted, and I genuinely don't feel like his first instinct should have been to pick up the camera. That's all I have for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the topics that I covered. Let me know what you... Child, just let me know your opinion on what's going on. But like I always say, paint your picture, frame your beauty, and embrace the love. Bye, pleases.
Mona Lisa, I heard you a teaser. Now I got you on your knees. Now you actually a pleaser. Asked me for a feature, so I had to put some